Hi, Alison. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Alison Cook, and I'm a senior recruiter over at Simple Finance. We are a digital bank located over here in Southeast Portland. So we hire for all of our engineering functions and IT functions, as well as all banking functions. Couple things about Simple. We are all digital, and so we're completely fee-free. There are no fees associated to having an account with us. We also have budgeting tools baked right into the application. So those are the two kinds of things that make us stand apart in the industry. For every role at Simple, you can expect to follow this kind of framework or process. You'll have a 30-minute phone screen with the recruiter, a 30-minute phone interview with the hiring manager. For more technical roles, there is a technical conversation that goes in between the call with the hiring manager and the on-site. And then you would come in for a few hours to meet with members of the team that you'd be working on, as well as other stakeholders. That on-site is a good opportunity for you to figure out if the company and the job is a good mutual fit as well. Like I was saying, we recruit for all engineering and banking functions, as well as some people team functions. I'm on the people team. Right now in the engineering space, we're hiring for data engineers, QA engineers, front-end and back-end development, mobile, so iOS and Android, as well as some roles on the infrastructure side. We also hire for IT support engineers, so the folks that are actually helping people at Simple fix their computers, like me, happens all the time. And then those banking functions, so we've got people on the fraud side, compliance, customer support, so folks that are actually on the phones talking to our customers, those sorts of functions. So most of our entry-level positions are in customer operations. They're a really, really great kind of entry point to tech. And then we actually do a lot of internal promotions from our customer operations group. So those are entry level, no experience required. We also hire for engineer 1 level as well. That's our entry level into the engineering team. We ask for maybe some coding school background. We don't require a college education, but if you do have a computer science degree, then that is also a good stepping point into those engineer 1 roles. I think the most important thing that we look for is someone who wants to be a part of a team, people who are eager to learn. So we don't expect you to come in knowing everything right off the bat, but just being a curious person who kind of seeks out answers, is hungry for knowledge. All of those things are great. And then of course being a really good team player, being a strong collaborator, rather than being someone who kind of wants to go sit in a corner and put your head down and work. We're really looking for people who are engaged and open to working with their peers. We actually do not require a college degree, so don't let that deter you. There are some great coding schools here in Portland that teach a lot of the technologies that we use. I would also say, taking a look at our job descriptions and just looking at the technology stack that we use would be really helpful. On the back end, we use Scala, but any JVM-based language is helpful. On the front end, React, Redux. Our data engineers are working mostly in Redshift and SQL. On the infrastructure side, we host in AWS. So, and then mobile, iOS and Android, we've got native and Swift and Objective-C. So that's our tech stack, and if you have a background in those areas, that's very helpful. Yes, at Simple and actually every other place I've worked, a human actually goes through all of the resumes and reviews them. We oftentimes see cover letters or resumes addressed to the wrong company, so always make sure that you're looking and double checking there. It's totally okay to repeat cover letters, just make sure that you're updating the company at the top of them. With resumes, we see typos from time to time. I would also say making sure that your formatting is legible and easy to read. Sometimes we see very artistic resumes, but it's really hard to parse out the information. So just make sure it's kind of straightforward and concise and gets to your key qualifications without being too fancy. Yeah, so resumes that stand out the most to me are ones that clearly define how they hit the qualifications in the job description. So job employers take a long time crafting those job descriptions and really thinking about the role and what's important to the person coming in and stepping in. So if you can do everything that you can to really highlight your qualifications as it relates to the qualifications on the job, you'll just have a much higher chance of moving it into that recruiter stage. Yeah, I think we do a really great job at Simple of identifying when new employees come on, what their long-term goals are, and helping them reach that. Just anecdotally, and for example, we just had a QA engineer step into an Android engineer position. We had an engineer 2 individual contributor move into a management position, which is really exciting. And then on our customer operations team, there is an opportunity to actually be part of an internship program and be a custops agent and also intern in different areas of the business. And when those roles open up, have the opportunity to apply and move into those roles. Yeah, I would say don't get discouraged as you're applying for jobs. If companies decide to move forward with other candidates, so much of this boils down to, rather than your specific qualifications, more of exactly what the company needs at that time. And so whatever you can do to kind of diversify your skill set so that you're a better match for more companies is really helpful. But don't get discouraged or take things personally if companies move forward with other candidates. A lot of times it's just because someone has done exactly what they've been looking for at that time. So I always tell candidates that when you go in for interviews, make sure it's a good mutual fit. So take lots of questions. It's okay to ask the same questions of everyone. You want to get a really, really clear and accurate picture of what it's like to work at that company so that you're going to be happy when you start there. Ask lots of questions of your potential manager, figure out their management style, and really determine if that's going to be a good fit for you. Always feel free to reach out to recruiters on LinkedIn. Offer to just grab coffee. I know myself and my colleagues always love to do those coffee conversations, and then we're able to really keep you in mind for future opportunities as they open up. And most recruiters are very happy to do that as well, so make sure you're leveraging that. I just wanted to speak a little bit to the work that Simple is doing to remove bias from the interview process. Every person that comes into interview is being interviewed against a really specific plan, which includes behavioral competencies and then also technical competencies. In the feedback sessions, we ask people to be extremely factual, no opinions slip in. Everyone is speaking to those really specific and assigned behavioral and technical competencies. And hopefully other tech companies in the community are doing that as well. We are part of TechTown PDX, which is great. So that's a pledge just to bring a more diverse background into tech, and then also to create an inclusive environment where people from diverse backgrounds can thrive, which is a really important aspect of that as well. Thank you so much for having me. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if anyone watching this video has any questions or would like to meet up for coffee. My name is Alison Cook. Again, I'm over at Simple Finance. I'm very happy to be part of this. Thanks for having me.